Alright. Well, welcome to a very not thought out nor well edited YouTube video. I've been playing the fuck out of Marvel Rivals recently, and I'm just gonna go on a slightly stupid rant of every character that I want to see in the game. I just read through the patch notes. And nothing really too exciting. Go watch it from like fucking Flatsart, XQC. Nobody cares on my opinions on this fucking patch notes. But with the Fantastic Four coming out tomorrow, 2 days, something like that, I have gone through some of my favorite comics and picked out a list of characters that I'd love to see. I literally don't have any like abilities or anything. It's literally just a thing in my notes app with the characters' names. But I think I'm just gonna start getting the obvious ones out of the way. Deadpool. Where the fuck is he? I can see from a game balancing design how it would be hard to play Deadpool, a character that never fucking dies. I get that it would be difficult to balance, but they did it phenomenally so far. Wolverine feels like he never fucking dies too, but I have more than enough faith in NetEase to pull this off, so I really want to see Deadpool. Some other obvious ones. Blade, I'm pretty sure we already got all of his abilities leaked, so just put him in the fucking game, please. I haven't actually heard anybody say this, but Drax, he's the only of the OG Guardians of the Galaxies that aren't in it, so that goes with Gamora and Nebula as well, but what the fuck happened to Drax, man? We have Groot, Rocket, Star-Lord, Mantis, Adam Warlock. Like, just add the rest of the Guardians, man. We're fucking already there. On the topic of Guardians, actually, Yondu as well. I don't know how you would do it. I know that we have Ultron's abilities leaked, and he has some drones. I'm assuming if you code it sort of like that, where Yondu will pick a target for his whistle to harass, and like every second or something it'll do 50 damage. And so it's easily out-healable every second, and it only lasts for maybe 3 seconds, so it won't kill by itself. But I don't know how you would pull off Yondu, but Yondu would be really fucking cool, I think. It would just be like a unique character to add. Yeah, that's pretty much all the obvious ones that I had. Maybe Doctor Doom. You could throw in Doctor Doom. He's not going to be the antagonist of Season 0 anymore, or I guess I should say Season 1 now. It's going to be Dracula. So, now that Doctor Doom's an essential part of the story, I would love to have Doctor Doom as a playable character. My biggest gripe with Marvel Rivals so far is that there's only one playable villain. Hela's the only character in the entire cast that's just straight up evil. We don't have any bad guys that are most of them are anti-heroes, or whatever you want to classify. Venom, Magneto, you know what I mean. We don't have any like villains. Hela's the only one. So, oh, I actually just remembered one to throw into this list, but we'll talk about him a little bit later because I want to see a lot more X-Men. X-Men is by far the most like expensive cast that we have in the Marvel universe, to my knowledge. So, yeah, I'm gonna list a lot of X-Men, but they're what we have the most to pick from. My personal favorite X-Men is Nightcrawler. I would love to have like a character that can tell it. This is gonna sound so bad from a game design point, but Nightcrawler's entire thing is swashbuckling while teleporting. Just make him have a 1-second teleport where he can go wherever the fuck you want. Like, it has to be line of vision, obviously. It has to be a short range or else it's not going to be balanced whatsoever. But I just want him to teleport and be an assassin. Like, I would do some unholy things for Nightcrawler, and specifically for Nightcrawler, I'm not sure what movie it is, but the X-Men movie that he's in, where he's played and he has the Michael Jackson outfit. I want that as a skin too. I want to see if I can find it. Again, this is not well edited, nor is it well thought out. I'm literally going off the top of my head. Nightcrawler. Oh my god, he has his own movie? I didn't even know that. This one. What X-Men movie is it? Whatever, he has a Michael Jackson jacket here, so you know what I mean. That being said, this suit's cool too, so like make this his main skin and then give him the Michael Jackson outfit. Thank you. My second favorite X-Men's Quicksilver, another one that will be a bitch and a half to balance in game time. I actually have some thoughts on Quicksilver, and if you make it this far in this unholy rant, dude, his ultimate, it just has to be like a AoE around him, kind of like Psylocke sized maybe, but I want him to slow down all players, whether it's on your team or not. I want him to slow down time and him to have super speed. The only thing is, either it's not going to be counterplayable, and he's either going to do too much damage, or even while you're slowed, he's going to do too little damage that he won't be able to kill you in his ultimate. So I think they either have to lean either way with how Marvel Rivals is bounced currently. I'm assuming it's just going to be uncounterable. But, like, I want that speedster feeling. I want to... What Mantis is at currently in Season 0, I just read the patch notes and she's getting a movement speed nerf out of combat. But that, like... what was it, 2.5 times movement speed? I want her to have that, or I want Quicksilver to have that at all times throughout the entire fucking game. I want him to be fast as fuck. I want him to be just everywhere. I want to slow down the enemies in the sweet dreams I made of it. That whole sequence, I want to be able to do that in game. So NetEase, please, bro. We're just like, please give us Quicksilver. On the topic of X-Men, I think Cyclops well deserves a spot. I'm actually like super surprised that he's not in the game. Somehow Storm got in the game before Cyclops did. That's weird to me. I saw this YouTube video, and I forget this guy's name, but he made a really good YouTube video on Marvel Rivals. Let me see if I can find... I know he hearted one of my comments, so it might be in here, but it was like 2-3 weeks ago. It just might not be in here. This guy.
Season 1 of
Dillbobs. He has a video where yeah. He has a lot of Marvel Rivals content, but he had one about the characters that should be in. And this Cyclops design looks fucking fantastic. Oh, I didn't remember that Doc Ock was here, but Doc Ock's on my list too. Oh, a lot of the characters that I have on here are... I don't have Professor X. But this part right here, I'll throw a link to this YouTube video later.
the game, and I'm gonna say it.
But yeah, Cyclops, first off, whoever made this art, fantastic. This looks like it's straight from Marvel Rivals. But I'm just gonna let this play in the background while we're talking. Cyclops is just, he's the leader of the X-Men, or he's one of the leaders of the X-Men. I have no clue how he did not get into the game, and they have so much to go with, like, traits. Yeah, somebody made an entire kit for him. But, where is it? I think in this he shows a clip of him, like, dashing around using his laser to gel him, or to shoot himself back. It would feel a lot like Iron Man using that laser, I think. But, like, we already have the archetype in the game. We can definitely use it. I would just really like Cyclops. It's really fucking cool. This would be also really cool. This one, right here. he's gonna show a clip of Scott doing it. Yeah, like right here. He uses it to using the beam to like shoot himself around would be so fucking cool, man. That I don't think there's any actual like other things in here. Yeah. So that's just me ranting about Cyclops. They have a lot that they could already work with, and I feel like it would feel a lot like Iron Man's right click, which isn't really fun to me. So maybe they can make it feel better. I don't know. Iron Man's just not my Johnny anyway. But I'm just double checking that I don't have any more. Actually, I do. We saw him in that clip. That was like Meta Angel or whatever the fuck, the Dark Angel clone, but Angel. We have Magic, we have Storm, we have Magneto. If I'm not mistaken, those are the 3 Horsemen of Apocalypse, so the reason that we didn't get Angel is a question mark, especially with Apocalypse not being mentioned in the game once. I think we should get Apocalypse as well. And Beast. I just saw Beast on my list too. I don't know how we'd make Beast feel different from like the Hulk, because by his superhuman powers, by his oh my god, what are they called? Not X-Men, mutants. By his mutant powers, I don't think he would be functionally that much different from how the Hulk plays, but I want him to be like really techie. I want him to be smart. I want him to be like a strategist. I want him to be a support, I think, and support his team with technological backup, which sounds lame, but like, in my opinion, Beast is one of the smartest Marvel characters of all time. Everybody's like Tony Stark, for example. Yes, he's a fantastic inventor, but he has like companies and multi-millions of dollars to back him up to research his shit. You give fucking Beast a computer from the 60s and his rundown lab, and he's like, yeah, I solved the cure for metahuman AIDS. Don't worry. Like, what, bro? I do want him to be more smart than Brawn, but Beast would be really cool, in my opinion. I guess I could throw Hitmonkey in there too. I think Hitmonkey was actually leaked. I think we have voice lines interacting with Hitmonkey, but just make a hyper agile marksman. That's Hitmonkey. It would be really cool. Or maybe not a marksman. Maybe, I don't know. He uses guns and he uses swords, so it's gonna be just like Deadpool. Like I could see Hitmonkey as a Deadpool skin too. But Marvel Rivals, or I should say NetEase basically said that any character that would like functionally play the same, they'd rather have be their own character. So my example would be like Peter Parker. We're not gonna get a like Spider-Gwen skin. I don't know how you'd make Spider-Gwen feel different from Peter Parker, whereas transitioning through that, Miles Morales is quite literally probably my most anticipated character. He has so much to make him feel different from Peter to be his own character. And yeah, it'll be the 4th Spider-Man character in the game, but also like we just got all of the fucking Fantastic Four right in front of me. So, fuck off. Dude. Miles Morales, he has, I want to see his electric sword, or his energy whatever the fuck you want to call it. His energy sword, I want him to go invisible, obviously to have the fucking swing. Yeah, I don't know. Something. Maybe like taser webs instead of like how Spider-Man can pull people or dash to them. Maybe he tases them. He like shoot them, it does damage and it slows or stuns. I think either is fine. And then he goes invisible and he uses the sword as his melee instead of punching people, which I'm perfectly fine if he punches. But I really like the energy sword. I know a lot of people hate it. Let me actually pull it up in case people don't know what I'm talking about. Morales sword. Yeah, this shit's cool as fuck. please add it to the fucking game. Thank you. But, I guess on the topic of Spider-Man, we should get some Spider-Man villains. And while I say villain loosely here, Rhino. Yeah, he's gonna be a brain-dead tank that probably is gonna have like a Reinhardt dash, where he probably can kidnap somebody and pin him up against a wall or something. Just steal the ability from Overwatch. I don't think it's gonna complain, but I want Rhino Stampede to discharge, and then again, I don't know how to make him anything besides a meat shield. That's not my job. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no game development design. I just play. I probably have like 5,000 hours in Overwatch, so I can speculate where characters will go. But obviously, they know better than I do. So I have loose ideas, I should say. Doc Ock as well. We saw him at the end of that other video, the Dilla video. I didn't like the design. He looks really weird, in my opinion. I want a more sinister Doc Ock. Same with Green Goblin. We just need... It's gonna be Farah, right? I mean, we already have Iron Man, but Iron Man moves too slow, in my opinion. His just base movement speed is very, very slow, and he makes up for that by not having to touch the ground like Farah does. But I think Green Goblin should be faster. I think he should be in the sky and just throwing bombs than just doing normal Green Goblin shit, bro. I also want to add Ultimate Green Goblin. That would also be cool. I think he'd be a tank in that. Let me make sure that I got the name right. Yeah, he's big as hell. Like, I think if we add Ultimate Green Goblin, I think he's a tank. Definitely. But I think if we add just a normal Green Goblin, I guess I should say, like a Norman Osborn Green Goblin, I think he just fucking throws bombs from the sky and just doesn't... Maybe I just don't like how slow Marvel Rivals is. I feel like a lot of the characters are really slow, so I don't play a lot of them. Like, for example, Iron Man. I don't enjoy playing Iron Man, but also Farah was never my character, Junkrat was never my character. We have a Junkrat adjacent in Squirrel Girl, and I don't play her either. It's not my playstyle, but it's definitely somebody's, and I think that would be cool. While we're back towards New York, I guess Falcon, too, if we got the Winter Soldier. I think we should also get Falcon. It's another flying character, which means we definitely need to add more hit scan characters to deal with them. But with Marvel Rivals having that limited hitbox of how high you can go, it's not drastically high. Yes, a lot of characters have damage fall off like Bucky does, but like Hawkeye can deal with them easily. Hawkeye's getting nerfed, so he shouldn't be the best character in the game or one of the best characters in the game anymore. So that would be cool. I think I forgot to mention Gambit. I want Gambit to be exactly from Deadpool 3. I want his ultimate voice line to be, "Woo, I'm about to be negative for myself here." Like, we need the fucking straight up just, boom. Just pick him up, drop him into the fucking game. I'm so okay with that. If not, it has to be a skin. It has to be a skin that his voice line is, "Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here." Please. Please. Juggernaut as well. He's just a tank, bro. He's gonna take less damage from magic-based characters, so if they're playing... Granted, there's no damage split. Like, this isn't League of Legends where there's physical and magical damage. But I think he should just get damage reduction to people that do magic. Like, Doctor Strange obviously shoots fucking magic. I think he should just take less damage and balance out Doctor Strange in a good way. It'd be a counter pick to him, because right now he's kind of fucking unstoppable as a Doctor Strange player. But, yeah. Add Juggernaut. Fuck yeah, dude. I guess Professor X falls into, I don't know how we'd make Professor X a playable character. That's why I said Apocalypse. But I guess, man. People really want Professor X. I'm not gonna hate on them if they add Professor X. but I kind of skipped up and down my list. I didn't think this list through whatsoever. So let me double check to make sure I'm not really forgetting anybody. Oh, Vision. I hadn't mentioned Vision. Also kind of surprised that he's not in the game. People keep on saying War Machine on Twitter, and the fuck's gonna be the difference, man? War Machine is gonna be Iron Man mixed with Star-Lord, I guess, but like, both of those characters are already unique in their own right. I don't think we need another one. I'm trying to go for characters that would fundamentally feel different instead of just adding a clone. Like, I'm not gonna say Shuri. Well, Shuri, is now the Black Panther. Stuff like that. I don't think... Actually, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I shouldn't talk on this. I know she's a lot more technologically advanced. I know she's a lot smarter than T'Challa. But, like, we have T'Challa, and if she can do the same thing, I don't think we need two characters. That's why I'm not going to say Spider-Gwen, stuff like that, where it's just Peter Parker reskinned. From the last two I have on my list are Black Bolt, which would be really cool to add the... I think it's an Inhuman, right? Whatever. Captain Marvel's not in the game either, and I personally don't like Captain Marvel. I've read Injustice 2, or not Injustice 2, Civil War 2, and every time I read that, she pisses me off. So, I'm not the biggest fan of Captain Marvel, but I could definitely see her as a tank or a DPS in this game. I think that'd be fine, completely fine. Nick Fury could also be a DPS, he could just shoot people. I think that's fine. But, Thanos. I want Thanos as a tank. I want him to only have a couple of the Infinity Stones, and maybe he builds up a gauge where if he does certain task, and this is me completely freeballing, like I have not thought of this at all beforehand, but maybe he builds up a gauge, kind of like how Thor has his 3 hammers, but he has to do specific actions to acquire stones, and once he gets the stones, he gets just buffs overall. Like maybe the Power Stone gives him a 20% damage boost for 5 seconds, or like, I think it would be really cool to make Thanos complicated, him not have all the stones, but he can only ult when he has 5 stones. His ultimate doesn't have a cooldown, but I think once he gathers all 5 stones, he could just like maybe half health the entire enemy team. That would be really cool subversion on his character, in my opinion. He can have his glaive, he'll be a tank, he'll be a melee tank. Yeah, I think like he gets the Power Stone, gets a damage boost, he gets the Mind Stone, he heals over time. He gets the Destruction Stone, he like does damage over time, he does like a lead effect with his hits. I think this would be really fucking cool. Holy shit. I'm cooking. But yeah, no, his ult is just the snap, and it does half of the enemy's team's max HP. So Groot has 700, it is 450. I think that's really good. I think that's really cool too. Fuck, I'm kind of cooking with this. Yeah, I really like that. My friend is a really big Thanos fan, so like I would love to see Thanos in the game in general, but if they made him as cool as I'm saying, that would be awesome. I would really, really like... What else would he do? Maybe they're on certain spots in certain maps, so he has to be out of the fight to stack up damage. I don't know, he'd have to be relatively fast, or at least have a dash to do that then. But I don't know. I really like the stones giving him certain buffs for a certain period of time, whether he gets the fucking Mind Stone and heals like 10% over 10 seconds. Or, you know, I like the snap idea for the ultimate. I really like them losing half of their max HP. That seems really fun in a fight. Like, it seems like a really good turnaround. You guys are brawling and just bang. And then, like, magic comes in and cleans them all up with Dark Child. That seems really fun, actually. I don't know. Again, this is just me spitballing. I don't really have anything else. It's just me autistically ranting about characters that I like. But hopefully somebody says some cool shit in the comments, or I would love to if people want to talk further on this. I love talking about theoretical things that could happen, so just let me know. I love all of these characters, and again, if I had to choose some of my favorites, I think Deadpool deserves to be in the game the most. I think he, like, he's probably the most famous, I should say, out of all the characters that I mentioned. He's one of the most popular, but my personal favorites would be Miles, Nightcrawler, Quicksilver. I think Yondu would be very unique. I think I'd really like him from a uniqueness scale. I don't think I'd actually play him, but yeah, Miles, Quicksilver, and oh my god, I can't think of his name. Nightcrawler. I would love to have all three of those characters in the game. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just sitting here spitballing, but I'm not gonna edit this, probably, besides the first second of having OBS up and the last second. So thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for characters or anything, comment them below. I'll respond. Thanks for listening to me autistically rant about Marvel superheroes. Have a good one.